Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to Nerdbone. And today is a special day. It's a special episode because it's the day that I went to the comic book store. Now, I know what you're thinking. I have been to the comic book store many, many, many times. Many times indeed. However, nowadays it's sort of like it's like an every 3 weeks type of thing. It's like a once a month, maybe twice a month type of thing. I do have a pull list. I have stuff that I pre-order sometimes, um, but usually, whether I pre-order stuff or not, I end up with a stack. So we're gonna go through the stack from this week. Look, I have a pull list. I go check what's left of the new comics of the week, that sort of thing. I go sifting through the white boxes of 40% off back issues. I do, which by the way, always, always, always support your local comic book shop. I cannot stress that enough. Local comic book shops are the shit, and you should do it. Yeah. Speaking of which, shout out to Craven Comics in Pottstown, Pennsylvania. They are my comic book shop of choice, mostly because they're cool people. Secondly, because they're the closest comic book shop. Thirdly, they just always have what I want. So, Okay, let's start it off. I think as you guys are getting to know me, you're getting to know the things that I am a fan of the most. And if I have to go comic ways, then I definitely have to go Black Hammer. This is a little older. This isn't brand spanking new. This is the World of Black Hammer Encyclopedia. So really, it really is just the thickness of your standard issue there. And I know I let it bend, which will bother some people, but it's already a little banged up. It's got some bends on the edges and stuff like that, some dimples. So I'm not too cautious with this copy anyway. So the World of Black Hammer Encyclopedia is exactly how it sounds. It is an encyclopedia of characters that have shown up in the Black Hammer universe thus far, and I love everything Black Hammer. So there we go. The only Black Hammer thing that I haven't read yet is Black Hammer and Justice League, the crossover thing. Have not read that yet. I'm not feeling Justice League right now. Does that make sense? I'm not feeling Justice League. I'm just not. So Black Hammer, boom, that's out of the way. Now the other thing that you may have noticed recently, as far as not necessarily comic books, but pop culture stuff that I'm huge into, that I really feel a connection to and love to check out, is Power Rangers. I couldn't help myself. So I have not read any of the Boom Studios Power Rangers comics yet. I've sort of avoided it for some reason. I don't know why. It's like for some reason also I don't read any of the Star Wars novelizations. It's just a thing. I don't know. But I did find this pretty much in good condition copy of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers #1, Boom Studios. I dig it. I mean, I haven't read it yet, but I'm going to flip through. And, basically everywhere I was looking, of course, except for the Boom Studios website, but everywhere else that I was looking, they really had, they're deep into issues now. They're in like the 30s, 40s, that sort of thing. And I wasn't sure exactly where to start with, because you've got the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and they've got the Go Power Rangers. There's a couple of side stories, that sort of thing. Wasn't sure where to start. Was flipping through comic books today, found #1, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So there we go. Easy. That's an easy pickup for me. Okay, so from my pull list, actually, I should have probably sorted these beforehand. I've got King Thor 2 and 3. I picked up 1 when it first came out. I have not read these yet. I know. It's one of those, I have a stack. I'll read it eventually. So yeah, but King Thor, like the artwork, looks interesting. I've read a couple of reviews from people that I trust. I trust their opinion. They say it's interesting. So I'm going to go for it. I like it. Like I said, I have number 1. I have 2 and 3. I think 4. If they have a 4, it's coming out soon. That's the other thing. I don't know when these runs are going to end. I don't. I just don't know. So I had Justice League Dark on my my pull list. I got the first 4 of them. Yeah, I got the first 4 of them. Loved it. Put it on my pull list. And I end up with Year of the Villain, Doom Rising, Justice League Dark. You've got some weird imagery there. Last Days of Magic. I really, really like the Justice. I know I just said I'm not feeling very Justice League lately, but I mean classic Justice League. I'm not really feeling this though. Justice League Dark, definitely into. So there's that one. Year of the Villain, Doom Rising, Justice League Dark, the Injustice League Dark. Check that out. This was in my pull, and also it's the special cover. It's actually clear on the outside, which is fun. I find that interesting. Pretty sure that's Solomon Grundy. I don't know who the other ones are. Sick. Bet you I'm going to find out. Okay, so like I said, I've got my pull list. I've got stuff that I'm looking for. You know, I look through the back issues, that sort of thing. But I do cruise the new comics. And whenever I see the name Jeff Lemire, I have to grab it. So we've got this one, Family Tree number 1. No idea what it's about. Haven't read it yet. I love Jeff Lemire, so I'm definitely into it. I dig the cover. It's simple in a way, but really, really cool. Family Tree. Jeff Lemire, Phil Hester, Eric Gapster, Ryan Cody. Very cool. Okay, so I'm looking through the back issues, right? Poking through. And what do I find than none other than 3 issues out of the 4 Kids Walk Into a Bank miniseries from our recent podcast guest, Mr. Matt Rosenberg. I almost said Zach Rosenberg, who's a dear friend of mine. Matt Rosenberg, who's working on the upcoming Hawkeye Freefall. He's writing that and also wrote one of my favorite recents, which was that's my favorite. I should remember what it was called. Multiple Man. His recent run of Multiple Man was absolutely insane, and I loved it. So, got a couple of issues of 4 Kids Walk Into a Bank. This is 2, 4, and 5. So I will have to find 1 and 3. I don't know if there's a 6. So yeah, but look at that cover. That just immediately screams fun to me. It does. So we got a little bit of everything. We got a little bit of DC. We got 4 Kids Walking to a Bank. We got Jeff Lemire. We've got Justice League Dark. We've got Marvel with King Thor. We've got Power Rangers. I think Power Rangers is probably the one that I'm most excited for. I'm sort of getting back into the whole Power Rangers lore stuff. Yeah, I'm pumped for it. So, one of the other things I love to do at the comic book store, more so than myself, my kiddo is interested in these things. It's the mystery packs, like the mystery toy pack things. They're already open. I thought about doing an opening thing for the YouTube channel, but I'm not really into that. So, of course, I'm on a Power Rangers kick right now. So I had to get a Power Rangers 1. Looks neat. Pint-size heroes. Cool stuff. Ended up with the Pink Ranger. No complaints. I know some people would be like, oh, I wanted the White Ranger. I wanted the Green Ranger. Me. Nah, perfectly fine with the Pink Ranger. She'll go right here on my laptop. Ooh, if she stands up. think she stands up. There we go. And also another one that I couldn't pass up. I saw it on the rack. It had to happen. Batman Black and White. Now, I have been looking at some full-size statues because, because I can't help myself. But saw these on the rack, $5, easy decision. And I ended up with this guy right there. It's nice. It's got for a mass-produced mini statue that's got a lot of details to it, it's actually well done. The paint scheme is pretty accurate, a little off on the boots. And every once in a while, there's a little extra, excuse me, just a little extra bit of material that, if I was an insanely detailed collector or something like that, I would probably take a piece of paper to it, and sandpaper. I'd probably take a piece of sandpaper to it, repaint it, that sort of thing. But you know what? He looks good. I like this one. And this one's based on Jason Fabok, Fabok. Yeah, neat. So that's going to go over here on the laptop. Boom. All right. So that's it for the mini show. Just wanted to show you the haul I got from the comic book shop today. And like I said, I only really do this every couple of weeks. Oh, look at all these. Do you smell them? I got to get smell-o-vision. Or every time you watch my show, have a candle. Maybe I'll send out candles. I'll start a Patreon. I'll make a candle of that fresh comic book smell. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you betcha. You betcha bottom dollar that's happening. Hey, everybody, thank you so much for hanging out. At Nerdbone on the tweets and the Instagrams, or at BKMullen_. I've been watching and waiting. There is an at BK Mullen who has not used his Twitter account since 2015. And look, I'm starting to get sick of this underscore. I really am. It's bothering me. But, it is what it is. There's not much I can do about it until Twitter finally helps me out. So we shall see what happens. They usually do a cleanup at the end of the year. But at BK Mullen_ from me, at Nerdbone for the rest of the stuff. Thank you guys so much for checking it out, and I will see you next time.